In our second hour of the Jazz Sound, we'll be bringing you a special interview with Arnaldo DeSouteiro, the producer of the album, Brazilian Match. He is joined by singer-songwriter Luiz Millan and conductor-arranger Michelle Friedensen. Let's take a listen to Modern Gaba. I've been doing these interviews for years, but I've never been quite as excited as I am to be interviewing you. We know how much our listeners like this album. By the way, it's still in the top 10, but we've heard listeners are loving it all over the world.
It's a pleasure and a joy to be here with Rick Petrone and Jamie. I'm very proud to listen to my songs on this fabulous radio show, The Jazz Sound with Rick Petrone.
When you have the chance to produce an album that reaches this level of recognition, international recognition, to the point that Rick Petrone plays it on the show, because the man is a legend, you know. And Millan was very shy too. He's shy. He's a shy guy. He's a genius, but he's a shy genius. Michelle is a genius too, but not so shy, you know.
Thank you.
And we did this album with really a lot of emotion and passion for the music, you know, in a moment that, you know, that the industry is so different and so difficult today, you know. But Millan's songs for me were a real inspiration to produce this album, because they are so beautiful. And I have worked with Jobim. I produced his last recording session that was in September 94. And I worked with Luiz Bonfá for 20 years. I produced his last 3 albums. I produced João Gilberto also, an album live in Brazil in 98. So I was blessed to have the chance to work with all these genius. No? And I said, oh, no more genius today. And suddenly I found 2, not only one, you know. And Millan's songs really impressed me a lot. And I said, oh, anytime you want to, if you want someday to record an album for the international market, you can count on me. You know, I can sell something in the studio during the recording or something. But then he decided to do an album, and he invited me, and I was very proud with this.
Full Moon,
yeah,
another composer, partner of Luiz Millan.
Jorge Pinheiro,
is
a great guitarist.
Yes, is Jorge Pinheiro.
Jorge played most of the rhythm guitar on the album. Today he's for 12 hours doing the movie here, playing everything once again.
Good for you. The people on this album are tremendous. There's a lot of people that don't know where to listen to see the language used right, the notes done right. Nobody sings out of tune, no drops of the needle. And it's an amazing thing. But you guys are having such a good time with that. I want to come.
I wanted to make a very pleasant album, because Millan's songs are not just jazz themes that you play and plays over and you improvise. They are very rich, melodically rich, you know, and harmonically, and the chord changes and everything. So I wanted to do this, and this is why I'm so happy. I'm very grateful for the critics and for the magazines. The album is being featured in all the magazines from Italy, Jazz, Musica Jazz, and England in Jazz Wise magazine, 4 stars. It was editor's choice of the month in February. And in March, it came out in Musica Jazz Italy, magazines in Switzerland, Jazz and More, in Japan, Jazz Magazine in Japan, Jazz Magazine in France, and the Jazz Life magazine in Japan. Of course, it means a lot, but the radio is very important because it shows that the album pleases. The people feel good with what they listen, and you know, and we are great thanks to you and the DJs that are playing the album, because if it wasn't for the radio, you don't have this level of exposure.